Hi and welcome to Game Face down memory lane, and today we've got Dale Possum Carpenter. Dale started in 1978, Dale, as a young 17-year-old.
Yeah, that's right, Blackie.
Great to have you here, mate.
Well, good to see you, Blackie.
Yeah, good to see you. We see a little bit of each other, and Possum, later in your career, I came across you in '86 when I first started playing, and then when I was down at Sorrento, young Gary played his first senior game at 17 years of age. And lately I've recruited another carpenter.
The grandson?
Hey?
Zachary?
Oh, little Zach. Isn't he a pride and joy? And yep, so what a generation.
Yeah, he's into his fishing, mate. Loves the fishing.
Yeah, no, he loves it. He loves a lot of things. So yeah, Dale, as a 17-year-old, you come across Bomb Beach. Bomb Beach was your home club.
Grew up
in Cairns Avenue, didn't you?
Grew up in Cairns Avenue. Me and my brother both played junior football at Bomb Beach, and all our mates played footy at Bomb Beach, and so yeah, we just progressed to the seniors at Bomb Beach.
Yeah, and in 1978 you obviously played your first senior year of football, and that year you played off in the grand final.
That year we played Pines in the grand final down at Rosebud, and we happened to lose. They'd lost in 77 to Crib Point, Bomb Beach.
Yeah.
The club had never won a flag, and then 78 lost again.
Yes, but in 79?
79, Bomb Beach
was their first senior flag, wasn't it?
First senior premiership. Lost one game for the year and rolled YCW in the grand final.
Who was the coach that year?
He only coached for 1 year, Gary Mackay. He come from Tooradin.
From 1 year.
Big man. He was like Rene Kink.
Yeah.
Built, and everyone was terrified of him, but he was a gentle giant.
Yeah.
He ended up going to Queensland with Telecom. So
the next year.
Yeah.
God. So do you think next year will be a 40-year reunion for you?
40-year reunion down at Bomb Beach, yeah.
And how many of those boys would be still around now?
I was talking to someone about it, and I don't think anyone from the actual teams died.
Yep.
I think, bloke, Kevin Irwin.
Oh yeah, Kev's passed away.
Kevin was runner.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was running for me a number of years too in grand finals. So, God, he could talk, old Kev.
So no, I think they're all still kicking, so it'll be interesting.
Was Potsy Webber, Tony Webber?
The Webbers were there.
Yeah.
I can remember one of them in the team photo. Didn't play, but they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter Solder, Shane O'Donnell. Yeah.
A lot of people. So and then in '79 you won the grand final. In 1980 you lost another grand final.
Lost another grand final. 80. I'd never played any junior finals at all at Bomb Beach, and then I've gone into senior footy and
had 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Yeah. But it gets worse. I went to Chelsea in '81 under Johnny Greening, and
so in '81, you moved to Chelsea.
Yeah, moved to Chelsea,
and for people to understand, like Chelsea and Bomb Beach, like you all would have gone to primary school and high school together.
In them days, there was a really big difference between the Premier League and Mornington Peninsula.
Yeah.
You go and watch the Peninsula finals, and we used to go and watch Carrum every year because Dad was a Carrum supporter. And they won 36 games straight.
Really?
Ronnie Stubbs, Gary Guy, Les Sealy.
All those great names.
It was a stronger comp, so that was the reason I went, yeah.
Yeah. So you went to Chelsea in '81?
Yep.
And you lost another grand final.
Lost another
to another club, though. It was Seaford this time.
Yeah, Seaford. Yeah, they beat us in the grand final. Won the second semi by, as I showed you before, by about 100 points, and we lost the grand final by 100 points.
Yeah. And gee, you had some good names back then playing against you, didn't you?
Oh, it was a great era, mate.
And as a young guy growing up, I still because we started in the Mornington Peninsula League, and you had the Boswells and the Barclays.
Yeah.
And there was who else was down there at Seaford? Guy Hura.
Oh yeah. They had a really strong side. Kennedy.
Yeah. John Kennedy.
They had some great players, Seaford. But as we discussed before, Blackie, I went to a 30-year reunion last week for Pines against Edithvale, and that era.
And wasn't that a great day last week?
Terrific day.
And not only did you have your own teammates there, but you had the opposition team.
A lot of the Edithvale blokes come to the 20-year one, and they come to the 30-year one. It Edithvale played Pines. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Good game, good day, yeah.
Yeah, and the friendships that you make along the way, Dale, that's what it's all about.
Well, as you get older, you even become friends with blokes that you sort of weren't too friendly with 30 years ago, Blackers.
And to catch up with them once or twice a year.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's what footy's about. You know, you make a lot of friends along the way, mate. And
so you had 5 years at Chelsea?
yeah, we lost. But in the meantime, I end up, and it's a long story, Blackers, but in 1982, I was lucky enough to win the league.
You won the league medal?
For Chelsea.
Yes.
But I also played in the premiership at Bomb Beach that year.
In 82?
In 82. Don't look so confused, Blackie, because it wasn't. A lot of people still don't know how it occurred, and it's too long a story to tell you now, but I actually...
Won the league medal?
Won the league medal with Chelsea.
But you won a premiership with Bomb Beach?
I played 2 games for Bomb Beach.
Really?
I played the prelim and the grand final, and we beat Pines by a point.
God.
Yeah.
Is that when they started to then reshuffle things to make you have three games before you could qualify?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
There was a thing called match permits, and you could get match permits if you wanted clearance, but most people use it at the start.
So it's called the Dale Carpenter rule, is it?
Well, they changed the rule, I think. Now you had to use match permits before June 30th after that.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. And you won the league medal. What year was that, 82 or 83?
82.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at Chelsea, you lost another grand final to Seaford in 85, did you?
Lost in 85. So Seaford had beaten us in 81 and 85. Yeah. So my record wasn't looking too good at that stage.
No, but you won 2 premierships and lost a few.
Yeah.
And then in 86, you took a year off the Mornington Peninsula.
Yeah.
You went bush.
Went down and played for a side called Glenalby in the Bass Valley.
Oh, in the Bass Valley.
I was inexperienced. I thought it was, just some pretty tough players in Mornington Peninsula, but when you got down there,
Would you play against Foster and those sort of sides?
Played against
Menyon,
Darlston, Curramborough, Beena.
Oh yeah.
Them sorts.
Yeah.
Inverloch.
Oh yeah.
Wonthaggi. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
What made you go down there? Just to change the scenery?
A bloke who used to coach Edithvale.
Okay, he went down there.
He went down there and coached, and they recruited like 10 blokes from down this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you carpool it back those days?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Would have been a good trip home in those days,
yeah,
Dale.
Dave Ritchie and a few other boys from Chelsea, and big Bluey McKay.
Yeah. Big stalker.
Yeah.
So they all went down in the same, yeah.
We went down there, yeah.
Were you successful or?
I think we finished 5th. It was pretty hard. We sort of...
But some good times.
Oh, you met some great people down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the road trips on the way home.
Yeah, I had some funny stories down there, Blackers.
Yeah.
Tomo, the umpire up here, he umpired our first game against Wonthaggi Blues, and he rang me up on the Thursday night, and I picked him up in Frankston. He reported 3 blokes for hitting me.
Because they had the Blues and the Rovers at that time, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in 87, so at the end of 86, you got a phone call from Barrymore, did you?
Well, 86, the year I left Chelsea, they've won the flag, haven't they? And,
Chelsea won in 86.
Yeah, and under
Jerry Lynn, yeah.
Yeah, so they won it in 86, so it was a little bit hard to go back to Chelsea. They wanted me to go back there, but I thought, I can't go back, so I ended up, Barrymore rang me from Pines to coach, so I thought I'll go and coach against them.
How old would you have been then when you first got your first coaching job?
Yeah, I was 27.
27?
Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was 27.
Yeah. So, coached Pines, and we made the grand final and got beat by Chelsea. So.
Oh, yeah. That would have been hard, wouldn't it?
It was real hard, yeah, because you played for Chelsea and...
was your brother Lee playing for Chelsea on that day?
He played in 86 and he didn't play in 87.
No. But you had success at Pines?
Well, the next year, 88... we come from 4th, and Chelsea were going for 3 flags in a row.
Yes.
They got put out in straight sets. Edithvale, who were a gun side that year, we ended up rolling them in the grand final. We had a 30-year reunion last week.
So that was the reunion you had last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to think back to those days, Dale. Like at 27 years of age, to lead a group of men to the ultimate, which is a premiership, and it was probably Pines' first in.
It was.
Yes.
Pines' first premiership in Division 1, or yeah. So it was a pretty special one. But the sides we beat, because the next year, Edithvale lost one game by 3 points. They were just really, really good, strong sides in that era.
And you finished third in 89.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then fifth in 1990, and then in 91, you lost the grand final to the great YC.
Well, in 91, I stood down as coach.
Yeah.
I thought I'll have a spell, and Lee took over as coach.
Oh, yeah.
And we played YC in the grand final, and yeah, they beat us on the day. It was a well-known grand final, that one. For the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons too, Dale.
For the wrong reasons, definitely.
And when you look back and reflect on that, I mean, I can visually remember that as a young man. I was 21 years of age, and not what we wanted.
No, it wasn't great. Sort of tarnished the whole thing a fair bit. What happened there, but it was pretty.
So at the end of 91, Lee was coaching, and and then Carrum, did they obviously were in?
Jill Sol was president of Carrum.
Yep. Is that
Kenny's mum?
Yep.
And Kenny was at Franks at the time, but he said, if you go back and coach, I'll
follow you
to be assistant coach. And my dad's a life member of Carrum, so I thought I'll go and go down to Carrum. They were struggling at the time. I think they'd won 5 wooden spoons in a row. And they were virtually on the fight.
But they were a proud club, and it's a shame that Dale that they're still. And I always talk that they still could be in our competition, in a third tier structured competition. And I know they're playing in Southern at the moment in Division 4 or something, but still a Division 4, Division 3 competition in our with the lesser sides. I think there's a spot for Carrum.
Yeah, we were just all wrapped when they reformed because of the history, as you said, the history of the club. Great, got one of the best histories in the Mornington Peninsula. Yeah,
with the players that went there.
Yeah, and they won. I think they won 36 games in a row, which is a record. So it was good when they reformed, and hopefully down the track, their juniors, because of Patterson Lakes, their juniors are really
growing. They're growing, aren't they? So there's going to be a feeder for their senior club eventually.
So they could end up, who knows, they could work their way back up.
So in 92 you went there as coach and you took them from the wooden spoon and you played off in the finals, or you finished fifth?
First year we finished fifth.
Fifth, yep.
Yeah, and then the second year we made the grand final.
Was that the grand final against Langwarrin?
That was it.
The 1-pointer which was a terrific grand final. So that's another grand final loss too.
Yeah, that was a great grand final.
Robbie Jackson, Andrew Sinclair.
Ripper game of footy. The Hill was it was probably one of the biggest finals crowds I can remember. And we got 2 sent off in the first quarter. We were 40 points down a quarter time. And then we got back. They'd only lost 3 games for the year. We beat them every time. Beat them twice during the year, and then we beat them in the second semi.
Really?
And grand final, we were 40 points down, then we worked our way back on top, and we got 15 points up just in the last quarter. And then Robbie Jackson got the ball on the wing, and I was the only one within 50 metres, and I had to chase him. And as soon as he looked over his shoulder and seen it was me, he laughed.
He laughed,
He had 4 bounces and kicked a goal. And they ended up beating us by a point.
Yeah, that was a terrific one. So those days at Carrum, and then the next year was the pinnacle, wasn't it?
Well, the next year we turned it around. We won
beat
the
Rosebud.
Grand final. Beat Rosebud in the grand final. Yeah,
and you had a really good side.
We had a good side, and then the thing that happened
because we had the promotion and relegation, didn't we?
League, well, we had no under-18s.
Yeah.
And then the league changed things around, and I didn't really want to go up to First Division with no under-18s, and we didn't have a lot of money, but the league said, no, you've got to go up.
Yeah.
So I stood down as coach, and they went up and finished on the bottom, and then the next year
it was hard.
Folded.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing. And I remember in 91 winning the flag, and we went up and we come straight back down at Frankston Bombers.
A lot of clubs did the same thing.
Yeah.
And the thing about, look, they talk about promotion and relegation. The only thing about it is if you're in second division and you win one, it doesn't give you a chance to go back to back.
No.
And create a bit of a
history.
An era, you know?
Yeah, I understand that. But also, I like the thought of promotion and relegation, because the side that does finish on the bottom gets a chance to rejuvenate it themselves, and the side that does win it forces them to go up. So there's courses for both.
Sereno and Frankston and Rosebud, they've sort of acquitted themselves pretty well.
They've done well, haven't they?
Especially Sereno.
They've done really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done really well, and
that was a pre-season you gave them, Blake.
It must have been
got them fit.
Must have been. Must have been Dale, because that's about all I got out of him. So then in Chelsea, after Carrum, you got talked back into coaching again?
Yeah, I went down. I sort of always wanted to go back and
coach Chelsea.
So yeah, ended up going back to Chelsea for 3 years. And
were they in the Northern Division at the time?
No,
or?
they were in Mornington Peninsula.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was before the
first year. We finished third. Mornington put us out in the prelim, and Mornington went on and won the flag. They beat Pines, who was coached by my brother.
Oh really?
Yeah. So. Yeah, if we had got there, it would have been brother against brother in the grand final.
Yeah, and that would have been a first too.
Yeah, it was a first win in '94 because when Carrum won it, he coached Pines that year and they won it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I've still got a nice article out of the paper where...
The two of you?
Yeah, 2 premiership cups and that.
Yeah.
But when I got back to Chelsea, I got back there, Blackers, and they sort of promised the world and that, and I got a few players there and that, but there was a fair bit going on behind the scenes and the club wasn't real financial.
Yes.
So we just basically played a lot of kids.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
And some of those kids that came through in that era?
Yeah, there's some good kids come through and, some turned out pretty good players.
Yeah. So then in 99, you went back to Pines and helped out down there. Did you still play in 99?
No, look, hang on, I've got to think, Blackie, because over the years, there's plenty of times, Chelsea, I think I played my last game at Chelsea because we were...
Few short,
so you...
A bit like Goose a couple of weeks ago.
Right. Yeah. And you've been retired for 2 years and you throw the boots on again.
Yeah, you saddle up.
But went back and helped Brendan Moore.
Oh, good.
Morey coached Pines and I did that for 3 years.
Yeah, and he's a great fella, Brendan.
A ripper bloke. Yeah, a great player.
And a great player.
Yeah.
He's one person that we'll get on here in the next few weeks because...
Yeah, good fella.
Yeah, and I used to play junior football against Brendan, so we're the same sort of vintage. But then the third premiership come around when you went to Pearsdale in 2002, Dale.
Went to Pearsdale and was one of the best clubs I've ever been at.
Well, they're a real country club, aren't they?
Great club, and because there's no pub out there,
yes,
everyone goes to the footy club. And
yes.
The 2 years I had at Pearsdale were just absolutely brilliant. And,
yes.
Once again, we lost the first year.
To Bomb Beach, was it? No, sorry.
Langwarren got me again, Blackers.
Yeah.
Langwarren got me again, so we lost, but then the next year we finished on top. We lost one game to Bomb Beach by 3 points.
Yes.
Oh, we lost the second semi by 3 points, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we ended up coming out in the grand final and...
Is that when you lost the second semi because you had to play Sorrento in the prelim?
Yep.
And we thought we were a chance because Lukey Damon wasn't playing that day.
Yep.
And I think we competed pretty well against you that day.
I think we won by about 2 goals, 12 or something.
It wasn't, and then the next week you went out and Damon kicked 10, is that right?
Well, the funny thing with Luke, he rang me up the week of the Sorrento game and he says, I'm in hospital, I'm getting my appendix out. And I thought, oh, well, that's no good because he kicked 9 in the
second semi.
I thought, that's no good, but he ended up not getting him out. And then he comes out in the grand final and kicks 11.
Yeah.
So he kicked 20 goals
in 2 games
against Bomb Beach in 2 games.
And you had the young Ricky Morris, and the other young kid from Hobbsy was another good young kid.
They were both 17.
They were.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And Ricky Morris, when Ricky, I kept saying to his old man's a ripper bloke. I kept saying, we want to put Ricky in the ones. He said, no, he's too little. I said, I'll put him in against someone where he's going to get a kick. So we put him in against Carrum Downs, and he kicked 7.
Did he?
And his old man was walking around with his chest out and he goes, you're not going to put him back in the thirds, are you? He didn't want him to play. But
he's a great young kid, Ricky.
Yeah.
So Dale, like in your whole... So that was wonderful for Pearsdale.
Oh, yeah. It was, mate, the celebrations were terrific out there and good people. But once again, then the league changed it. They wanted Pearsdale to go into...
Was it Northern?
Yeah.
It didn't really work for us, did it?
The committee wanted to do it.
Yep.
And so I said, well, if the committee I said, I'm not going to coach in the Northern League because I've got no affiliation with the Northern League. So I stepped down, Blackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your playing and coaching career, you played in 13 or involved in 13 grand finals?
Yeah.
And you were able to win 5 out of those?
Won 5, lost 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a remarkable. I mean, anyone who would say that you've been involved in 5 grand premierships would say, "Oh, that's fantastic."
Yep.
But when you've been in, you know, so there's always a sad side, or you know, the thing that you think, "Oh, well, what it might have been."
Oh yeah, you do. But mate, I just think I was blessed, but very lucky to be involved in. Some blokes don't get to play in any.
No, that's right.
You've been involved in 5, you know.
Yeah.
If you've been involved in a couple, it's great. Look at the YC blokes, you know.
Wonderful, and the Sereno boys.
Yeah. But you just look at them and you get jealous.
Yeah, you do. But then you look at what you've been able to create.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I read some articles in a book that your daughter presented to you, and you look at that, Dale, and you reminisce and you think, yeah, they were wonderful moments.
Oh, great moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Met great people, and over the journey got to coach a lot of good people, and met a heap.
And you still go down and watch your son Gary now?
Yeah, he's playing at Palm Beach, so I go down and watch that.
Yeah, and you catch up with some old friends.
Yeah, we've got a past players' day this Saturday.
Have you?
So that'll be good.
Lucky it's going to be windy, mate, because there's no fishing on this week.
No fishing, we'll go and watch a footy, Blackers, and
No, which is great, mate. So it's been wonderful to catch up with you, reminisce about the past, and it's always exciting. Good
to talk to you, Blackers, and hopefully, we can look forward to the snapper season, I suppose.
That's right, the fishing season. All good. Thanks,
Good on
mate.
you, mate.
Terrific.